This is the plaintiff, Karina Marie Sharp. She says she brought her car to the defendant's shop to repair some rust, and the man promised it would take about 2 weeks to fix. When she got the car back 4 months later, the thing was undrivable. The defendant did a total hack job on it, and she's so angry and frustrated she's suing him for the state max of $5,000 because what this man did to her is wrong. This is the defendant, Gregory Howard Travis. He says he did some work on the plaintiff's car, but when he cut away the quarter panel, the frame was rotted and rusted out, and he told her the car was unsafe to drive and it should be junked. She didn't want to hear that. She took the car someplace else and posted bad things about him and his shop on Facebook. This girl has some nerve suing him here today. She's gonna lose this case, and he can't wait to see the expression on her face when she does. He's accused of being a little rusty on bodywork. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for defamation of character.
All parties, please use your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Karina Marie Sharp, you are suing Gregory Howard Travis and Greg Travis Auto Repair and Greg's Auto Repair.
Correct.
That's all you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For $5,000, the value, according to you, of your 2004 Dale Earnhardt Monte Carlo, you are counterclaiming against her $5,000 for defamation. Talk to me. Tell me what happened.
My car is from Minnesota. I just moved to Florida about 2 years ago. And
When did you buy your car?
in June of 2013.
Okay.
And I had taken the runner, the
You bought
ground
it
effects.
used, obviously.
Yes.
All right. Did it have a lot of rust when you bought it?
No. It was
Okay.
over like the previous 2 years of being in Minnesota, the winters,
So now, what did you pay for it when you bought it?
about $6,000.
All right. So you moved down to Florida?
Yes.
St. Petersburg area?
Yes.
And then what happens?
I noticed some rust coming up around my wheel wells, so I took the ground effects off my car, and a bunch of rust came falling down from where the running boards were. And I was like, oh, great. And I noticed it was really bad. And so I had seen some posts on Facebook that Greg had posted of some work that he had done. And I had made contact stating, do you do rust restoration? And he said, yeah. And so then he quoted me $1,500. He said he would fix all the rust, and I had some nicks and dents and some, scuff marks here and there throughout the car. He said he would do those too, and then paint the entire car for $1,500. And I thought, whoa, that's really cheap. And I was like, are you sure? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay, well, I got to try and come up with the money because I've put so much money into my car.
Really?
Yeah, I've put about $9,000 of work into my car
Why would you put $9,000 of work into a $6,000 car?
because it was limited edition. There's only 4,000 of them.
You're a big Dale fan, are you? Is that what it
No,
is?
but I loved the car, and I've
Do you
always
have a picture of
loved.
the car?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've got tons of.
Quite a
pictures.
few pictures of the car, don't you?
Yes,
Okay.
I have tons.
Okay. We'll
I have
figure out
before,
what-
during, and after.
Ah, look at that. She's got 8 inches worth of pictures. Okay. All right.
I took pictures on July 11th, the day that I brought him the car, because I wanted to take before and after photos. I had seen the work he did. He did really good stuff.
Am I looking at all these pictures that I'm looking at? Those are before?
Those are the day that I brought him the car.
Okay. Wow. There's a lot of rust going on here.
Yep.
Okay. So he quotes you $1,500 for a paint job and to fix all the rust.
Yep, I have
And
a
that
contract.
sounds reasonable to you, so you take him up on it. You get the money from who?
My grandmother.
All right, so you pay him half of it up front.
Correct.
That's the total you've paid him is the $750, correct? Okay, and what happens? You drop it off with him when?
July 11th.
Okay, and he tells you it's going to take how long?
2 to 3 weeks.
And do you have that in writing anywhere?
I have it in Facebook messaging, yes.
Okay, can I see that? So while she's looking for that, she brings you this car. And were you enthusiastic about the car and doing the repair on it because you like the car too, or not really?
No, it's just what I did for a living.
Okay.
And,
So according to her, you're supposed to have it in 2 or 3 weeks.
well, I told her that at that time when she brought it to me, I had just moved into a new shop by myself. At the shop she came to, I was sharing a shop with a buddy of mine. I got into my own shop. When she brought it, I had no other work at that time. I told her it would be 2 to 3 weeks. But I told her when she first brought me the car that the reason for the cheap price is I do a bunch of car lot work and insurance work, and that's what makes me my big money, and that's why I could do her car for the cheap price I did.
Except
Other
for that,
shops-
right? But she leaves it with you and gives you $750 because you said I'll have it in 2 or 3 weeks.
No, I had told her from the beginning that it would be more than that, but when she brought it to me, I said if no other cars come in, I could have it done in 2 to 3
What
weeks.
did you tell? What do you have anything in writing between each other?
She's got a receipt. I don't even know honestly where the one I had went. Truthfully,
How are you gonna pay taxes if you don't keep receipts? And
I
all right,
rushed
let's
around
see
a
what
dig
you've
for it at
got
that time.
on Facebook.
On August 26th, I said, is it still going to be done by the 1st for sure? Because now it's past the 2 to 3 weeks. I keep saying something, dude, it's been 4 weeks. What's the status of my car? I'm not getting answers. I'm not getting any responses. Then he says, I'm trying my hardest for it to be. And I said,
The first of what?
at this point, it would have been the 1st of September because this is in August. And I said, I'd like to get my car back soon. When I dropped it off, you said 2 to 3 weeks. It's
And
coming
what's
up
the
on
answer to
2
that?
months.
And what? Yeah.
And he wouldn't even respond because that's just what I would get from
All right,
him.
but in any event, so things get a little bit nasty between you guys, right?
A little bit, yes.
Okay, and when did they start to get nasty? Were they civil in the beginning?
Everything was civil, yeah.
Did you think it was civil? Was it
Absolutely, yeah, everything
Okay.
was fine.
And then at one point, she started slandering me on Facebook.
How so?
You know, she was saying that, you know, how I had a car, didn't actually at first use my name, but was
How is
talking
that
about
slander? She doesn't even identify who it is. What are you doing, posting and asking anybody got any advice? I've had somebody.
Yes.
So
No.
why would that even be slander?
Well, because she sent somebody to my shop that she didn't even know, and he came up to my shop in a threatening manner.
Who did you send to her?
She don't even know who it was.
I made a post on Pinellas County Scammers Fakers website because Greg
Oh.
was a member of it, and I became a member because I saw him on it. And in September, when I was so frustrated with not getting anywhere with my car, I had made such a generic posting of, this is my situation, this guy has my car. That's all I said. No city, no location, like nothing. It was just, this guy has my car, this is my situation, can anybody help me?
And then
because I
somebody out
knew
of the
he would
blue?
see that post,
Right, because you knew he would see it.
because I knew he would see it.
Oh, manipulative. And then what happens?
He blows up the admin's inbox.
What's that mean?
The administrator of that person that created that Facebook community page.
Okay.
And she private messaged me saying, is this the guy who has your car? And I said, yeah, actually it is. And she said, because he keeps reporting your post to have it removed. And I told him he needs to stop or I will put his name out there. Then another guy
Well,
had
you've got
commented.
all that time to blow up her mailbox. Maybe you should just be working on the car. Did you bite off more than you can chew? Did you have like better paying customers so you put her in the back
And that's what
burner?
I explained
Did you,
to her.
But nobody wants that. She wants her car. If you can't work on it, why don't you just return her money and give it back to her?
Well, towards the end, that's what I tried doing with the parts I bought with it, the custom paint she wanted.
So you
and
bought the
everything.
custom paint.
Yep, bought the custom paint.
You bought parts.
Yep.
And except for that, you didn't give her either of those.
No, because I asked her if she would sign the receipt stating that she would not badmouth me no more and not sue me.
But she wants to badmouth you, and she
And-
wants to sue you.
So
So that's fine. So you took a risk, and you decided, okay, I'll try to bully her into releasing me, and she didn't. And so how is it you keep the $750 if you didn't give her what the $750 bought? What did you do? Any work on the car?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I had the whole car stripped apart. The
What
fenders,
stripped apart? What's that mean?
the headlights, taillights were out of it. The bumpers were off of it. The fenders were off of it. The driver's door was off of it. The whole car, where you see it's flat colored, I had it all wet sanded. I've had body work done to it where there was the little dents around the car, all that done to it. And all that, I had the driver's side, I had the outer rocker cut off. And then that's where we ran into the problem of
Okay, tell me what an
underneath.
outer rocker is.
It's
My door
basically
doesn't even
when
shut
you open your
properly now.
door, I guess another could be like a kick panel. You know, when you go to get in your car,
The thing I step on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
That right
that's a
there.
rocker panel.
That's a rocker panel, yes.
Gotcha.
That right
And-
there was rusted. I cut the outer piece off, and then that's when I seen the underneath, the whole inner structure was completely gone. And I told her that, and she didn't believe me. She had a guy come out from another body shop. He looked at it.
So who was the person you sent over to talk to him?
It was a guy on the scammers page that had commented that I hate you need to put this guy's name and number out there. And so I sent him a private message and I said, trust me, I would love to put him on blast right now, but he still has my car. I just want somebody to help me figure out what I can do. Because on the contract, it says what he's gonna do and the amount that I paid, but it didn't have a distinctive finish date. And I'm almost 2.5 months into him having my car.
Let me see the contract. Is it accurate that he had wet sanded everything and done body work?
Yes.
Okay. So do you have the car somewhere else now?
It's in my driveway because it's not even drivable.
Okay. And why is it not drivable?
The running rocker panel has been cut off, and
Does
my
that stop
battery,
it from being drivable?
it's not safe. My door doesn't shut properly because the running board is missing.
So what's your plan? What's your game plan?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. If you trash a business on Facebook, can you be sued for defamation?
Fair comment.
What if it's unfair and it's wrong? Can they sue you?
I don't think so, no.
What do you say?
It's public opinion. You can say what you want.
Is that right? You can say anything you want on Facebook.
Yes. Sure, why not?
What if it's a lie and you know it's a lie?
Then
And you're just mad at them.
That's fine.
That's fine. Okay, going inside the courtroom.
Have you taken it somewhere else to get an estimate on
Yes,
getting
I
it done?
have.
Okay,
The
let me
guy,
see it.
the guy that he just mentioned that I brought up with me, another guy from another body shop, witnessed him sign. At one point, we had got him to finally sign on the original contract. I had brought it up with me and signed off an original finish date, like on paper, on the contract.
Do you have that?
Yeah, it's on there. It's on the bottom of the contract that I gave him. So the original.
And so he said it finished the car by 10:31, Halloween.
Yes.
And did he?
No.
When do you get a phone call saying, oh, it'll be more money and I'm not done?
November 1st, he messaged me and.
How much of your money does he have? $750, right?
Yes.
So how is it a $5,000 lawsuit?
Because now the way that he left my car, it has to be redone. I can't even drive
Right,
it.
but
The
what
whole
you
thing
brought
needs
me
to
is
be
an estimate
painted.
for $9,000.
Yeah, that's to
right.
fix
But you
everything
could,
he was
why don't you
supposed
bring an
to.
estimate for $150,000? You may want to do all this work to it, but if your car is not worth that, then that's just your sentimental value that you're attaching to it.
Right.
So what I need is an estimate of what it costs to reattach things exactly how you gave it to him, which was not a $9,000 estimate, and that's what you failed to bring me. So, what is it that's off? Did you reattach the headlights and everything else before you returned the car, or did you give it to her in pieces?
Pieces.
Everything was reattached except for the headlights, taillights, and the rocker.
What
and
else?
The front bumper,
What
I'm
was
sorry.
reattached then? Because that's
Nothing.
everything.
Well,
you
the door, the fenders, the hood.
And he bent the hood putting it back on. There's
The hood
pictures
was
of
not
that
bent. The
too.
hood shut down just fine.
You know, sometimes you may give a quote and it's too low a quote, and you don't
I-
realize it's too low a quote until you have other jobs, but you don't get to just kind of back out of it because of
He
that.
openly admitted that to me.
Yeah,
in
of course
messaging,
that's
too.
what it is. I'm not stupid.
He said,
you
"I got
gave
in
her a
over my
quote,
head."
which was good when you're hungry, and then when the gravy train's coming in elsewhere, she can just go pound sand, but that's not business. You can't do business that
No, I
way.
understand.
But, so all the stuff that you're saying, well, but I did all this work. Yeah, but it didn't do her any good because you didn't finish, and you certainly didn't finish for the price that you had quoted to her.
He's like, well, if I give you all the original parts and the paint and the new parts that I spent the money on, then you can't sue me. And I said, well, because you breached contract and my car is way worse than it was when I brought it to you. There's no.
You're telling him all that while he still has your car?
Yes.
Was he trying to get you to sign something?
He was trying to get me to promise not to sue him, and I said no.
Okay.
And as soon as I said no, he said, you have 30 minutes to come get your car.
30 minutes?
Or I will impound it. So I went up to a shop with 3 sheriffs and had my car towed myself.
Oh, my gosh. How do you all let it get this bad?
I
How does it
have
do-
the sheriff's reports, and then the following day is when I made the post on Facebook about what he did to me.
And you used his name this time.
Yep.
Which is why you have a counterclaim against her for $5,000 for defamation. What did she say in there that was false?
Well, basically, it's just bad mouthing me.
Nothing
Okay, but
is
she thinks you're terrible. Why can't she express that? So as to the $750 that you paid him, you are clearly getting that back.
Thank you.
Okay? And as for the rest of it, I find that you are entitled to your loss of use of the vehicle from July to November. And during that time, you're paying what in car payments and what in insurance?
$145. Mm-hmm. And my insurance was $75 a month.
Okay. All right. I am going to order the defendant to pay you back the $750 that you paid him, plus an additional $750 for the loss of the use of your car, not for the full 4 months because it should have taken some amount of time, but I think it took an excessive amount of time, for a total of $1,500. As for your counterclaim against her, that does not a defamation case make. $1,500 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
And so the plaintiff who was suing for $5,000 gets $1,500. Mr. Travis, the defendant's come out of the courtroom. You obviously bit off a little more than you could chew on this, don't you think?
Yes, sir, that's for sure. I try to help people out sometimes and, do a little bit cheaper to help them out because, not everybody's got money, but...
Didn't work this
Nope,
time.
didn't work.
You didn't want those notifications that she put on Facebook to go out.
No, I really didn't. Even though she put them out there, I still got more work and customers from it. So, it really didn't hurt
It
me.
helped your business.
And a little bit it did, yes.
I was going to say, do you think you have proof it hurt your business? But obviously
No,
you
not
don't.
really.
It
I
helped.
got a couple customers off of it, yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Yes, sir.
I can't explain that. Can you?
No, I cannot.
Okay.
I'll take that
Well,
any
good
day.
luck. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
You must sign a few documents. Ms. Sharp, the plaintiff, is on her way out of the courtroom. This was a really, you've been through the mill with this car.
I have. I really have.
No kidding.
Yep.
And is the
absolutely.
fact that it's a Dale Earnhardt Monte Carlo, is that what makes it so attractive to you?
Yeah, when I found out there was only 4,000 of them made,
Yeah.
it became a big deal.
But
So-
that doesn't help you, the value of the car, the fact that there are only 4,000 of them. It's in pretty bad shape right now.
Yeah, now it is, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Harvey, interesting case.
So they're all a little bit right and a little bit wrong. You are absolutely allowed to express your opinion, but if you state something as fact and you're wrong and it hurts the other person's business, they can sue you for defamation, even if it's just on Facebook. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.